All right, everybody, welcome back. It's time to dive deep into project risk management.
Yeah,
And we're going deep today. We're going to look at assess and manage risks.
that's right. We're going to task 3, assess and manage risks from that big old project management guide you sent over.
That's right. And you know what? We're not going to treat you like you're brand new to this whole thing.
No. This is a deep dive.
We're going beyond the basics today.
Absolutely. We assume you've at least thought about this once or twice.
You've dipped your toes in the water.
You got your feet wet.
But today's all about giving you that,
A deep understanding.
yeah, that aha moment.
Yeah,
So you can deal with all those inevitable project curveballs.
exactly. Because let's face it, the only predictable thing about projects is that they rarely go exactly to plan.
That's the truth. And you know what's funny about this whole risk management thing? We actually do it all the time in our daily lives, even if we don't realize it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Think about choosing a parking spot. Are you the person who circles for like an hour
Yeah,
hoping for that unicorn spot right up front?
right up by the door, or are
Wow.
you parking in the back 40 to avoid the door ding?
Yeah,
And so you're assessing risk right there.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we do this naturally every day, but how does that translate into like the formal structured world of project risk management?
Well, it just gives you a framework for what you already do naturally.
I love a good framework.
Right.
So break it down for us.
So step 1, identify those potential risks.
Okay.
Now, these can be internal lurking within your project team or external coming at you from the outside world.
Okay, so internal and external risks.
Exactly.
Give us some examples.
All right, so let's say you're dealing with a software development project.
Okay.
An internal risk might be your lead developer unexpectedly needing to take a leave of absence.
Okay.
External. How about a critical software vendor suddenly going belly up?
Oh, boy.
Talk about a wrench in the works.
Yeah, so you've spotted these potential landmines. What's next?
Well, now you got to whip out your risk management toolkit.
Okay, I like that.
You've got options.
Lay 'em on me.
You could avoid it.
Okay.
You can mitigate it.
Mm-hmm.
You can transfer it.
Uh-huh.
Or if you're feeling really daring, you can accept it.
These sound like superpowers.
They kind of are.
Yeah.
Let's say a major design change pops up in the middle of your project.
Okay.
Okay. To avoid that chaos, you might just say, we're sticking with the original plan.
Makes sense.
But if you want to mitigate that risk, maybe you allocate some extra time and resources to handle the redesign.
Okay.
Now, if you want to get really strategic, you could transfer that risk. Maybe you outsource the redesign to a specialized firm.
Okay.
And finally, acceptance, that means acknowledging the risk, but deciding it's small enough to roll the dice on.
Okay, so you've sized up your risks, you've figured out your game plan. What happens now?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting, and this is where a lot of people make mistakes.
Yeah.
We move into the iterative phase, the understanding that risk is a moving target. It's not static.
Okay.
So remember that software project we were talking about?
Yeah.
What seems like a low priority risk on day 1 could completely blow up and become this huge problem later on.
Okay, so it's not a set it and forget it kind of thing?
No, not at all.
So how do you actually keep on top of this in a systematic way?
This is where your source's risk matrix comes in handy.
Okay.
Picture a simple grid. You've got the likelihood of a risk happening on one axis and its impact if it does on the other axis. You plot your risks on this grid, and bam, you've got yourself a visual tool for prioritization.
Oh, I love visuals.
Me too.
Yeah,
Really helps to focus your energy where it matters most.
I bet.
And even if a risk lands in that low impact, low likelihood corner, that doesn't mean you just forget about it. Those can sneak up on you.
You sure can.
Yeah, you got to be ready to adapt. So you're constantly reassessing, reevaluating, and readjusting your strategies.
So it's not about eliminating risk altogether.
No way.
Because let's be real, that's impossible.
Right. It's about knowing what you're willing to risk, making smart choices, and being ready to adapt.
Which leads us perfectly to our final thought for you today.
What's that?
Think about a project you're wrestling with right now.
Yeah.
What's one hidden risk that might be lurking beneath the surface?
Ooh, I like that.
And what's your plan of attack? Because in the game of project management, a little bit of foresight goes a long way.
Could agree more.
All right, until next time, dive buddies, dive safe.
See ya.